Oh, fuck a dog doll.
One thing I know like I know my own name. You do not poke around strangers' cool boxes. Best case scenario, you find a half-gallon jug of rancid milk. Worst? Motherfucker up a sat mast. That's Rache Bartmoss.
The Bartmoss? Data crash rabid Bartmoss? Guy who trashed the first net?
Well, it wasn't his uncle. Yeah, him. I'd recognize that mug anywhere. Wanted posters all over town back in 2020. Public enemy number 1, dead or alive. Half the city was on the hunt. Poor bastard. Ended up here as a dead rat in a cool box. Till some circuit blew and he thawed like so much meat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, about 20 years back, judging by the stench. Well, stood about as much as I can. Gotta go.
Hold up. Gotta be some electronics in here. First net relics, almost crank-powered. Be a shame just to leave it.
Even if there is, it's bound to be bunk.
Bound to be? Wouldn't be so sure. Only one way to find out.
Need to think about it.
Said the gonk who missed the shuttle. Come on, look inside.
Oh, wow. An SGI Tech Elisla. Best cyber tech in its class.
See? Worth getting a little rot on your hands sometimes. Hey, just thinking. Cat at the Afterlife goes by Nix. Looked like somebody who'd know legacy tech. Chat him up, see what happens. Could end up pulling something from it. Motherfucker up a sat mast. That's Rache Bartmoss.
Rache who?
What do you mean, Rache who? Bartmoss, for shit's sake. Gonk who fucking trashed the first net? Data crash? Rabbits? No pings? Jesus, what am I doing here? Who are you, even? I'd recognize that mug anywhere.
Hey, Nix. Listen, found something. Bartmoss's deck.
Mm-hmm. What else you find? Alan Turing's tapes?
Being serious. Have a look-see.
Ooh, running shits. Goddamn, V. Where'd you ferret this out?
Found it outside town, in a fridge, next to its former owner's rotting corpse.
Bartmoss all the way. Netwatch made him a wanted man when looking in Shanghai, Lahore, Santiago de Chile. While that dog alighted to the net. Wonder how long he'd have kept buzzing those wires if the power hadn't gone out.
Think you can pull anything off it?
Tech's coming apart. Humidity damaged. Encryption on the mem cube. Gotta be near divine.
Spare me the two-step, yes or no?
I can try. Failure, though, is a distinct possibility. Then all data will be lost. Done and gone.
Think there could be some no longer known vectors on the disk? A data crash-like thing, or rabbits? 'Cause if so...
Then we pop open a bottle of malignant gin. Painfully aware of the risk, I am. But speaking straight, curiosity's consuming me. You feel it too?
No risk, no reward. Get to it.
Okay. Put the deck on the counter, just ginger-like.
All yours.
All yours? Oh, V. V. Got no sense of reverence. Expect if you found the goddamn Holy Grail, you'd fill it with caramel corn and Pop-Tarts. Now, let's get this show underway. Most data's corrupt, but not all. Password. A dict attack, maybe. Nothing doing. And what about injecting a command? Ha! We're golden. One more hurdle, but it ought to be as easy as pie. My. Of all people, Bartmoss should have done better.
Dog shit, cat shit, rat shit.
Ideas, V, fast and stat. Couple of minutes and his skull sponge will be well done.
Okay, what do we got here?
Saw what we got. A brain broiler. You absolutely sure you want to jack in?
Gotcha.
Fuck a muffin.
You breathing?
Apparently. Though it feels like I got a skull full of hot embers. Just... what the hell happened?
You started convulsing, lights went out, outlets started spitting sparks. So, I sat down and finished for you.
Hold up. Mean to say, you reached Bartmoss' deck? Lowly you?
Damn straight. I'm the best netrunner in town, after all.
Outed, kid. But... maybe someday. Alright. Let's see just what you pulled from this artifact. Logs, mail, chat history of sorts. Potentially interesting, but nothing explosive.
Ah, shame, kinda. Well, I guess I can delve some more, see if I can't find something interesting in there.
Listen, my services usually command a tidy sum, but this time, well, seems you rendered me a service. Take this. Handful of demons live on that shard. Wasn't Bartmoss who coded them, but they should be useful nonetheless.
Thanks, Nix. You gonna get it together? Be alright? Or you need help?
No. Be just fine. Couple of painkillers washed down with whiskey, and I'll be a new man.
Bartmoss has broken into the toughest systems on Earth and committed multiple acts of corporate espionage with relative ease. He took on Netwatch and never lost, and claimed to be aware of the existence of aliens. Unlike other Netrunners who used a pseudonym, such as Spider Murphy, Bartmoss used his real name to give his corporate enemies and Netwatch the proverbial middle finger. They knew exactly who Bartmoss was, but could never do anything about it. His last escapade was only 2 semantic degrees short of fatal, nailed by a black ice that placed his heart into continual fibrillation. He barely managed to activate his cryogenic celestial parachute backup system in time. The result froze his body, but left his hyperactive mind still aware and jacked into the net. Bartmoss was too paranoid to tell anyone to retrieve his body should he be killed. Thus, he became a frost-covered chunk of frozen meat, deteriorating in a cryogenic freezer, disguised to look like a refrigerator, while still managing to be the best Netrunner in the world. During the Fourth Corporate War, Bartmoss was adamant against working for a corporation, no matter how tenuous the connection, but Alt Cunningham convinced him to join her in hunting for Soul Killer. However, Arasaka agents finally tracked down the apartment where Bartmoss was hiding. All the residents of the apartment were corporate workers or programmers with a neural processor. This was no coincidence. Bartmoss arranged by various ways to get everyone who did not have a neural implant to leave the building. This he accomplished through a combination of credit destruction, police file tampering, posting rewards in bounty hunter magazines, and getting other businesses to offer incompetent people outrageous employment opportunities. One by one, Bartmoss took these people and infiltrated them with a customized anti-personnel program of his own design. While it did not erase or replace their entire personality, it overlaid a part of their subconscious with his own directives. These directives included being a model citizen, a hard worker, socially private if not reclusive, and chipping in to the net every night. When Arasaka agents arrived, everybody in the apartment building abandoned all pretense and started fighting viciously. In addition to the residents, Bartmoss had a secret army of robots hiding in the apartment, such as Tarantula, Centipede, Beetle, and Bumblebee remotes. The final boss, so to speak, was Deathwish. That is, Deathwish, the Cyber Kitty, solid black, outfitted with titanium rippers in its mouth and paws. The Cyber Kitty protected the refrigerator that the frozen body of Bartmoss rested in. Following the demise of Deathwish, Arasaka agents riddled the frozen body of Bartmoss with bullets. Suddenly, a set of red flags whipped up next to the fridge and started waving mechanically. An old-fashioned bell by the door started ringing loudly. Red light flashed over a printer next to the bell. The printer spat out 3 pieces of paper as strains of Beethoven's Ode to Joy started booming from the stereos throughout the room. Confetti exploded from the ventilation ducts, and a small arachnoid robot dropped from the ceiling, clutching a high-density data chip in its limbs. It said, "Have a cookie. You have 30 seconds before the grand finale." During the escape, an agent grabbed 3 papers from the printer. First one read, "Congratulations, I am now apotheosized. Expect changes under the new management." The second, printed in Japanese, "Learn to read English already. Arasaka today." The third, receipt, 1 Rache Bartmoss. "Take your damn reward, but beware the fiscal chewworms before they eat your brain with sharp prognathous jaws, leaving nothing but flagellating orgiastic glee pods decomposing where your soul used to wrestle screaming against the chains which bound you to your pathetic Weltanschauung." Yes, of course, that's a German word. I love Nietzsche. So go smoke your kimono.
So people, listen up, I've got a story to share with you. Recently, I've been hearing about this monk that's been walking around nice city streets, healing the sick, but only those he deems worthy. Some of my listeners seem convinced that it's none other than Rache Bartmoss. Rache Bartmoss? Yeah, you know, the guy, the chief architect of the net, and later its badass destroyer. The rumor has always been he got taken out by a killsat in the early days of the Fourth Corporate, but no one ever took responsibility for that strike. Is it possible Bartmoss set his creations wild and faked his own death? Did he bring down the net he created because it had turned into another tool the corporations could use to track us and to ultimately completely subjugate us? Think about it.